Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning into today's video. We have more gaming and PlayStation news, rumors and leaks to go over. Please hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and if you're new here to the channel, consider subscribing and becoming a channel member. So we are starting off with massive rumors that Sony is reportedly working on a God of War side story set in Greece. Now, as the God of War franchise marks its 20th anniversary, rumors are heating up about a brand new side story that will take players back to Kratos' origins in Greece. According to industry insider Jeff Grubb, Sony is working on a God of War project set in Greece, but it's not the long-rumoured remastered collection of the original trilogy. Instead, it's a completely new game that will serve as a side story, potentially filling in some of the gaps left behind when Kratos transitioned from Greek mythology to Norse mythology. Speaking on social media platform Blue Sky, Grubb clarified his earlier comments regarding a supposed God of War remaster collection. While many fans had been hoping for a remastered release of the originals trilogy, Grubb stated that his sources have confirmed that the upcoming project is a standalone game and not a collection of older titles. He also mentioned that nothing related to God of War was actually planned for Sony's recent State of Play event, but something might be revealed closer to the franchise's anniversary celebrations. And while the anniversary itself has been somewhat underwhelming and disappointing for many fans, because it was marked by only a little bit of merchandise and some free updates for God of War Ragnarok featuring new skins, this new side story could be the major announcement that many have been waiting for, with Sony increasingly focusing on smaller titles and standalone spin-off games to bridge the gaps between major releases. This new God of War title may follow in the footsteps of games like Marvel's Spider-Man Miles Morales and Uncharted The Lost Legacy. And reports of a new God of War project first surfaced when well-known industry insider Tom Henderson hinted that a game featuring a younger Kratos in Greece was in the works. This initially led to speculation that a remaster of the original trilogy was in the works, but it now appears that this was misinterpretation. Both Henderson and Grubb have since confirmed that the project in question is an original game set in the Greek era of Kratos' journey. Details on the game's storyline, gameplay mechanics, and release window remain scarce, but if it follows the pattern of previous standalone expansions, it could be a smaller scale experience that explores Kratos' past in greater depth. And while nothing is officially confirmed yet, as always, everyone should keep an eye on upcoming announcement, as Sony may choose to unveil this project as part of its celebration of God of War's legacy. And you know what? A smaller God of War game right now would be excellent to fill the gap, followed by some kind of remaster collection maybe in a year's time or 18 months down the line, before we then move on to the next set of God of War games, wherever they choose to set the scene. What are your thoughts? Let me know down below, and let's move on. Great news for gamers who like to collect physical games. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, the PS5 edition, has officially been revealed. The long-awaited PS5 version of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is finally getting its moment in the spotlight. And after months of speculations and leaks and stories breaking through, Bethesda has officially confirmed the release and new details that have emerged about what players can expect for the game's PS5 debut. The initial leak came from reliable industry insider Bill Kunn. There was a strong track record of accurately revealing game announcements before they are officially confirmed, and according to their report, the PS5 version of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be announced on March the 24th with a release date for April the 17th. And those who opt for the premium edition, they will get 2 days of early access, allowing them to play starting on April the 15th. Bethesda has also revealed that physical editions of the game for PS5 will include a Blu-ray disc. However, just like the Xbox version, an internet connection will reportedly be required to download and install the full game content. And this requirement has been increasingly common in the modern gaming arena, where many games now ship with only partial data on the physical disc. And let's be honest, in 2025, that's not really a problem, is it? For players looking to get some extra perks, pre-orders for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will come with exclusive bonus content. The standard edition pre-order bonus includes the Last Crusade pack featuring the Lion Tamer whip and the traveling suit outfit. Meanwhile, the premium edition will include additional content such as the Order of the Giant expansion, a digital art book, and a Temple of Doom themed outfit. Microsoft initially released Indiana Jones and the Great Circle on the Xbox Series X and S and on PC in December of 2024, where it was met with strong reviews and a warm reception for players. The game quickly attracted over 4 million players across Xbox and PC, aided by its availability on Game Pass. And it currently holds an impressive Metacritic score of 86 on consoles and 87 on PC, with critics praising its cinematic storytelling, engaging gameplay, and faithful recreation of Indiana Jones's adventurous spirit. The PlayStation 5 version marks the end of the game's timed exclusivity period on Xbox, allowing a whole new audience to experience the latest adventure of the legendary archaeologist. Now, fans of the classic action-adventure games and Indiana Jones as a character have been eagerly awaiting this release, and with a confirmed launch window now on the horizon, the wait is nearly over. Pre-orders for the PS5 version are expected to go live on March the 25th as the game's release approaches. More details about potential PS5 exclusive features or enhancements may emerge, and for now, fans of the game can look forward to stepping into the shoes of Indiana Jones once again when the Great Circle arrives on Sony's console in April 2025. Now let's move on to something a little bit bizarre. So Konami's highly anticipated horror game, Silent Hill F, hasn't even received an official release date, and yet it's already been supposedly banned in Australia. Well, there seems to be some kind of conflicting reports about this. The Australian Classification Board has refused to classify the game, but technically it's banned, right? Effectively, it's preventing the release of the game in the country. While the board has not provided any official reason for the decision, speculation suggests that the game's intense and graphic content played a significant role in the ban of the game. So why was Silent Hill F banned in Australia? Or at the very least, why has Australia restricted the sale of Silent Hill F? Now, Australia's classification system has a long history of banning or restricting games that contain extreme violence, drug use, or themes of child abuse. And although the official explanation for Silent Hill F's refused classification is unavailable, previous cases suggest that it may be related to the game's disturbing imagery, which includes depictions of torture, drug-induced hallucinations, and potential child abuse in the game. The horror elements in Silent Hill appear to push boundaries even further than the past entries in the series. Earlier this month, the ESRB rated the game M for mature in North America, and Japan assigned it an equivalent 18+ rating. The ESRB rating description detailed disturbing imagery such as characters being burned alive, faces being mutilated, and internal organs being exposed, all elements that could have triggered the Australian board's decision. Australia has a strict classification system that has led to the banning of several major video games in the past. Titles such as Left 4 Dead 2 and Disco Elysium have been denied classification, preventing them from being legally sold in the country. Fallout 3, can you believe it or not, Fallout 3 initially was banned due to depictions of drug use, but was later allowed with some modification. Similarly, Hotline Miami 2 was banned for simulated sexual violence and never received an official release in Australia. Although Silent Hill franchise has always been well known for its unsettling horror and gruesome imagery, Silent Hill seems to be raising the stakes even more. Konami has previously warned players that the game would include intense scenes of torture, which could be a primary reason for the ban. So could Silent Hill F still release in Australia? Well, the game is currently banned under the refused classification label. This does not necessarily mean it will never be available in Australia. Some games have successfully appealed similar bans, leading to either an official classification or a modified version, a patched version, which meets Australia's regulatory standards. For example, as I mentioned, Fallout 3 was initially banned, but later released with changes to its drug-related content, and also Disco Elysium, which was denied classification before an appeal led to its eventual approval. In some cases, game developers opt to release a censored version of the game specifically for the Australian market. If Silent Hill F follows a similar path, it could receive an official rating at a later date, though this would likely require content modification. At this stage, it remains unclear whether Konami will attempt to appeal the ban or alter the game to make it eligible for classification for Australia. Given that Silent Hill F still lacks a confirmed release date, there is time for Konami to challenge the decision before launch, or even have a patch ready for the game within the country of Australia to allow it to have classification for a release date later. However, if the developer chooses to appeal, there's no guarantee that the Australian Classification Board will reverse its stand. So what does that mean for Silent Hill fans in Australia? Well, for Australian fans, the Silent Hill franchise ban is undoubtedly disappointing. Without an official classification, the game cannot be sold in retail stores or digitally through legal Australian platforms. However, some players, as you know, will find a way to bypass the restriction. such as importing physical copies from other countries or using digital marketplaces that do not enforce regional classification laws. Despite the ban, Silent Hill F remains one of the most anticipated horror games in recent years, promising a terrifying new chapter in the series. As more details emerge and as the release date approaches, fans will be watching closely to see whether the game's status in Australia changes. Until then, players may need to look at alternative ways to experience what could be one of the most disturbing Silent Hill games to date. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below on the topics discussed in the video today. Thank you for watching, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you on the next video.